Validgaming.
Hey guys, this is Chronic from Validgaming, and welcome to my second episode of my Factorio series. Now, I had recorded a whole episode, and I messed up because the video didn't record. So there are some things that look different here, and I'll explain. So we did make a radar, which is going to help us uncover the map. And we need to uncover the map because we want to see where the enemies are coming from so we can start building our defensives. The other thing I did is I increased our iron production because we needed more iron production. I also brought our coal underneath using an underground belt and another underground belt to bring coal over to where our copper is at. I also had made some copper production, which is right here, which you guys didn't really miss much because I showed you how to do the iron production. So no big deal there. Now what I also did is I brought them up, the finished product, up and together over to what I call my assembly line. I showed how to make the assembly line in my video that I messed up, so I'll just explain it real quick. So I made 2 rows and then 3 in between. 2 and then 3, 2 and then 3, 2 and then 3, and so on. And I made 9 of them. It's probably overboard and overkill, but I like to go big or go home. Also, I think you could do only 2, but I like to do 3 just to give myself, because sometimes I like to bring in liquids and other things through, and I like to give myself plenty of room to do whatever I want. And why not? Again, go big or go home. So basically what we're going to do this episode, which was increase the iron production, and copper production was one of the big things, but I already did that. So what we're going to do this episode is we're going to try to get some science going, automatic science. And to do that, our science, we need iron gears and copper plates, right? But I don't want to make them manually. I want to autocraft them. So what we're going to do is we made some of these assembly machines, and if you look here, this is where you make them. And there's some electrical circuits, some iron gear wheels, and some iron plates. So I'm going to come down and place these down. So we're going to go 1 or skip, maybe go 1, skip, and 1. And I think that's pretty good as 3 to start off with. Then we come over here and we just left click on it. And then we come over here and tell it we want iron gear wheels. And then boom. Then what we can also do is hold shift and click on right click, and it will go green, and that's like you're copying it. And then you can hold shift and left click, and it will paste onto these. So you don't have to go into each one and deal with it, which you'll be seeing me do a lot this series. So let's give it some power, and let's grab some of these. You might notice I have some of the ingredients already made, and I'd like to say it's because I set everything up quite nicely, but the truth is I I built all this and now I'm tearing it down to show you guys. So I'm actually going to flip this around. I want this to insert from the left side and output on the right side. So now we're going to start using our assembly line here. So this is the first use of our assembly line, and I usually like to I like to move backwards. So I like to come from the end product of where the product's going to go back to where we need it from, if that makes any sense. So we're going to come this way. We know it's on this line right here, and it's going to be coming downwards. Oops. Like this, and like this, and like this. And like, well, actually no, it's iron, so we're going to grab the iron from there. Then we're going to grab our splitter, pop that down there, and have it go like this. So now, let's go ahead and clean that up. We have iron coming to exactly where we need it. And that's kind of a good example of how we're going to use our assembly system, our assembly line system. Is now look at iron straight into the machines where we need it. Then we're going to go like this. We're going to get another splitter like this. And we're going to turn it this way so that it evenly puts it on the belt. So now we have gear production. Pretty easy, right? Now, from here on out, on our whole assembly line, we have gears. We can pull off at any point at any time to make whatever we need to make. And the next thing I want to make is the science machines, right? Or the science packs. And So let's look at that. What do we need for our science pack? We need copper plates and iron gears. Again, easy enough. So let's come over here and let's give ourselves some space here because I might want to double this up at some point. So let's maybe come over here, I think would be pretty good. And let's do 3. We'll have 3 of these guys. And again, we will input from one side, which I'm going to input. Actually, no, I'm going to input from the other side. We're going to input from here and then output on this side this time. Right? And same thing as before, we're going to click here. We're going to say Science Pack. We're going to shift right click and then shift left click, and it copies and pastes it nice and clean. Then what we're going to do is we want to split off of this guy around there. And what we want to do now is we want one ingredient only on one side. So what we're going to do is try to come this way and go like this. And what that will do is only put it on one side, which is exactly what we want. Now, I know you can place it like right here or something like that, or when you have the, let me re-explain that. You could have this go straight into the underground belt, but then the top part of the belt will not go into the underground belt right here, right where my mouse is. It'll only come in on the bottom side on the belt, which slows production. It looks nice and clean, but it's actually not. It actually is worse. So you want to do it like this so that both lines come in and it's faster. And you might think, well, that's not a big deal. You have a lot of iron gears. Well, later on it does become a big deal because you have so much running through and so much production going that you literally need every little bit, every little you want it as clean as possible, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. And this really helps with that. So we need copper now, copper plates coming through here. And again, I like to go back, start backwards, move this way. And I guess we're out of splitters. I don't know how that happened, but let's make like 3 or 4 splitters. And we'll wait for that to cook up. And with this, I'm going to kind of come around. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to come around like this. Let's pop that down. So we remember, we only need it on one side of the belt. So we're going to do that. So now we just have to connect the rest of these guys. And look at that. We have the 2 ingredients we need to make science packs. Easy, right? Not that complicated. And then we're going to bring this up pretty far. And we're going to turn. This is how I like to do it. I know it might seem kind of weird. Because I want to make the green packs eventually. And those, that's right, are all sorts of stuffs. So I guess we'll worry about it a little bit later. I just want to give myself plenty of room for later. So let's kind of bring this a little far out. Let's come out like over here and hope that gives us enough room for later. And if not, we can always pick it back up. That's what's great. We can always pick it back up. No big thing. Oh yeah, let's give it some power to get it to start going. There we go. And we need some inserters. And there's nothing we're pulling out of these science machines. They're just science machines. They'll eat the product, the different packs, and we don't have to worry about that. And we do need to bring power over, though. So let's go, whoop, wasn't close enough. And just go something like that. And there we go. So now we press T, and we can look at different things to research. Now, I did research a few things because I didn't realize that my video was not recording. As you can see, we have military stuff, some military stuff I researched. So let's look at what we can do next. We could do filter inserters. And the filter inserters will let us do faster. lab research. So we're not quite there yet. We could do bullet damage. We could do the next set of armor. I think that's good. Let's do the next set of armor. Research. Nice. So you can see they're going ahead and they're putting the science packs into the science machines, and I don't even have to think about it now. It'll just do its thing, all automated. Man, I love automation. Good stuff. All right. So next, let's work on. I'm really sick of making these transport belts. I mean, it's driving me crazy. So let's automate some transport belts. So transport belts are, and I'm going to end up tearing this down, are iron plates and iron gears. So what we'll do is, let's actually do it like right here. Because look at this corner. What a perfect corner for this. And we'll just say belts. And we'll put in this and this. And this is just kind of a little setup. I'm not going to have this go forever. I'm going to end up ripping this down. But I can sit there and say I want 3 stacks of belts. So this will basically stop, and it will limit the inventory of the chest. So I'm going to say I want 3 stacks. So this will always be making belts for me. And I don't even have to worry about it. I just come back every once in a while, go like this, 15 belts. Great. Easy little thing, right? Now, one of the other things I did was I started, let's see, where are you? Some steel plates. I'd like to get steel plates onto our system pretty soon. Ooh, some gun turrets. That I'm looking forward to as well. Because look at, our pollution is starting to get down there. And that's a little scary. So, contemplating what I want to do next. I think we should just go all out. Let's go forth towards science packs. Let's do the next set of science packs. So we need transport belts, which I'm starting to automate, and inserters. So let's start with inserters. What do inserters need? Inserters need the electric circuits. So let's start there, right? One thing at a time. Electric circuits are definitely something we need a lot of. So the first thing we need to look at is making electric circuits, which is good anyways. We need to do this because it's a big part of crafting. So we're going to need copper cables. So let's just reverse engineer this and let's look at copper cables. I'm going to do copper cables on literally the opposite side of the gear wheels. So let's make ourselves some assembly machines. Let's make 5. I think that'll be good. And actually, the next thing I'm going to research is lights, because it gets pretty dark during these episodes. I feel bad for you guys. You guys need some light. And look at our system is handling this pretty well. By the way, I did make 2 more steam engines. So if you guys are wondering on power, ooh, let's research some of this. Actually, light. I said light. Here, let's do light first. It only takes 10. I'll go quick. So yeah. So let's go here and let's just bring this up. It doesn't have to be exactly on the same line, but I like to do it as close as possible. And let's do this right on top of the stone. Let's start with 3. I think 3 is good. And we'll have the copper come in on this side and then come out. The copper cables come out on this side, and we'll just have it be on the top string. All right, so we got light now. Now let's go back to shotgun shells. We'll get to making some shotgun shells soon. And let's make like 5 lamps, just so you guys can see. Okay, so we're going to head. Remember, I always start from the destination, or from the end destination, and then work my way backwards. And let's make ourselves some more underground belts. Let's make 5 of them. Let's also come down here and pick up what's in this chest. 137 belts. See, isn't it nice, auto crafting? Don't even have to worry about it. All good for us. And I said we were going to do some lights, so let me start bringing up some power. Let's drop a light here. Oh, so much nicer. And let's start bringing power up this way. Boom, boom. And hopefully I can keep this series well lit. So let's go ahead and drop a light every once in a while here. That'll be good. There we go. Now you guys can see. All right. So back to what we were doing. We are trying to get copper up here. Just like that. And all that it takes is copper. So we don't have to worry about one side of the belt or another side of the belt. We just go like this. Turn this girl up. And there we go. Copper. Bam. Easy. And let's make some more of these inserters. Let's make like 10. I think is pretty good. Let's come over here and tell this I want to make copper cable. Shift left click, right click, right click. Or shift right click, shift left click, shift left click. I always get that wrong. I get it right with my fingers, but I just say it wrong. All right. So here we go here. Let's get these down, and I'm actually running out of electric poles, so let's make more of those. And there we go. We have copper cable. And let's go ahead and split it on that. And there we go. We got copper cable. See, not too bad. Pretty easy, pretty easy. So now let's look at our next thing that we need, which is, we're doing electric circuits, is iron plates and copper cable. So I think we should just do that right next to it. Let's do, how many do we have? 2. I think 2 is actually a pretty good starting point. So let's put her like right here, right there, and we will say electric circuits. Shift, right click, shift, left click. Bam. And we're going to definitely need more of these, more of those. And I'm going to go pick up what we have in here. Bam, 121. So nice. Makes everything go so much quicker. So I'm going to have it input on the right side and export on the left side. Just like that. And we are going to line this up and go like this. And we might go backwards here a little bit. So it was iron is what we needed. Let me look again. Iron and copper cable, right? Yes. So let's first pull off this. So let's pull that off. Let's grab this. Let's go one back. Not here, but one back. Go like that. And then let's kind of come like this. And then we can go like this. Then let's put this back. And there we go. So now we come back, come down here, we go to the iron. And this time we want the iron to go on that one side. So I like to do it this way. So I go like this. So hug them up close together. That, just like that. Bam. And that's on the other side. So now we just connect all these little pieces in between. And we have everything we need for electric circuits. So we're going to go like this. And let's grab some electricity, some power. And it's slow. It's slow. And actually, I think to make this go a little faster, let's put an extra inserter for each one, just so it goes a little quicker. And then we're going to do the same thing we always do, which is make sure to even this belt out. There we go. And then let's get it onto our assembly line. So let's go like this. I think I'm going to put it on this bottom one. So let's come like this. And technically you don't need any of this now. That's the only thing that's weird about my assembly line and the way I do it is since it's starting here, you really don't need this extra area. But I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. And whoops, we'll just go like this. And there we go. Now we have our electric circuits. Boom! On our assembly line. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that's kind of the theme, is you just do one thing at a time. You get all these assembly lines going. And I like to I keep doing it one further than I should, so I'll just stick with it. And there we go. We have electric circuits. Now let's see if we can do at least one more product before we end the episode. Because look how far we've gotten. Look at this. Beautiful. Nice and neat. Nice and even. So we wanted to do these. So let's try to do this before the end of this episode. Oh, I'd love to do this. I can't wait. Walls aren't that important, but let's just do walls. Just to get it going. All right, so down here is where I'm going to do the inserters. And, I gotta really think about this for a minute. All right, this came up. Looks like shotgun shells only takes 100, so we're gonna do that only. Okay, I've thought about it a little bit, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it this episode, or we're gonna run really long. But let's see how far I can get through, and we can come back. So I think I'm gonna have to do it on this side, and then find a way to go backwards. Whoops! No, this is how we're gonna go. So basically, with science packs, you have 4 different types, and so you really need to come from 2 different sides. So I'm gonna have to come and bring some of my ingredients back to make the green science pack on this side, but I don't think it matters. I think we'll be fine. So let's go ahead and start this off like this. And basically what we're going to need to make are... Oh, I can't make these inserters yet. Ooh, okay. So that means I have to... Where is it? For anyone that already knows this game, knows exactly what I'm looking for, and that's the next level of inserters, which I think is this. So I needed to do this first. I'm going to switch over. I don't think you lose any science from that. So I'm going to have to pull these up. And I'm actually going to pause the video and come back when it's done. All right, it's almost done, but what I decided to do is add some more science machines. Or labs. So this is what I want right here. So we're going to research this, and it's 40 more. So that's done. I think we're going to have to come back next episode and do the green science packs. I don't think there's any way that we can do it in this episode. So let's just get these going, and we'll come back next time, and we'll do green science packs and much more. Who knows what we'll do. But we'll get our assembly line going even further, and look at that. How beautiful. 10's kind of a lot, so it's kind of overboard. But I wanted this to go kind of quick. So like I said, when we come back, we will do green science packs. And if you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. And your face is round.